What's going on, guys? Your boy Coach Anthony and none other than Fast Eddie Chambers, and today we're going to give you tips on how to box an aggressive fighter. And of course, I'm going to have a bonus tip, so you're going to need to watch the video all the way to the end. And every single tip in this video is extremely important, and some of them tie in one or two tips or in a tip. So make sure that you watch every single tip. Don't try to just skim through the video because you're going to miss something very important. Let's go. Okay, so the first tip I'm going to give you is going to be kind of like a common sense tip, but it's very important, is you need good defense, okay? Because if you don't have good defense, eventually when those punches start coming at you and they start swarming at you with those aggressive punches, you're going to get hit. So a guy's going bang, 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 bang. See that? You have to be ready to react, because an aggressive guy is eventually going to get close to you. And when he gets close to you, you need to be able to defend. So the first tip when you're boxing an aggressive guy is make sure you have good defense. Okay, another important tip that's going to bounce off the last tip, which was have good defense, is you need to stay relaxed. Okay, because if you start to get real fidgety and panicky when a guy's being aggressive and you're just, what's going to end up happening is you're just going to either you're going to tire yourself out, you're going to get hit with shots that you don't see coming because you're not relaxed. When you're in a relaxed state, you see the punches coming, you're able to counter and react the way you're supposed to. It's like anything, right? Like if you start getting, overwhelmed with anything, whether it's a task of the day in your own regular life, right? All of a sudden it's a lot harder than if you just took a step back, relaxed, analyzed the situation. So tip number 2 is stay relaxed. Okay, now this one right here is going to seem a little bit crazy, right? Because when you're boxing an aggressive guy, you might hear this and say, well, hold on, does that make me the aggressor? But the fact is you want to be first, okay? So you want to be first with your jab. The jab is a really good one to be first with, right? So if I'm being aggressive, Eddie starts, bang, he starts popping his jab. You see what I'm saying? I'm stepping to you, pop your jab, bang, see? The jab can be used as an offensive, a defensive move, a measuring stick. The jab has many different purposes, right? So the first thing right there is be first with your jab, right? Bang, okay, snap that thing. Bang, show him a real jab, Jody. Bang, okay, boom. You see, Eddie got a hell of a jab. Now, from there, you can be first with your feints, right? So now he's jabbing. Whoa, you see, I thought he was going to jab me. See, he feinted me, right? Jabbing, banging, and feinting. So now he's getting me to pay attention to what he's doing, which now makes the aggressive guy not be so aggressive because he's starting to second guess because he don't know what's going to happen. Maybe off those jabs and those feints, he puts together, I don't know, a 1-2-5-2. Put it together, jab, jab, let it go. And then, of course, you got to escape up out of there, right? So that was just a quick little scenario, but be first. The whole key is use your combinations, use your feints, use your jab, be first, use your feet also to get in and out of range. That's a hell of a tip right there. Make sure you use it. Okay, the next tip is going to be bouncing off of that tip is now we're going to keep him turning. Now, a lot of you guys might say, what does that mean? I've heard guys say that before. What's keep him turning? Basically, keeps him turning is you don't want to stand in front for too long. So let's just say Eddie's feinting and working his jab. Now he's going to work it in that circular motion where bang, bang, all right, triple that thing over here. Bang, 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 okay, do it again, go ahead. Bang, 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 okay, so that's how it looks on the mitts. But if I'm boxing, if I'm being aggressive and he's working that jab around me, bang, 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 there you go. He's popping that jab, he's circling me. He's not standing in front of me for too long. If he stands directly in front of me and I'm the aggressive guy, now he's giving me opportunities to eventually slide something through the defense or whatnot. So keeping a guy turning simply means just not standing in front for too long, either going in a circular motion to the left, going in a circular motion to the right. Now, what you don't want to do is run frantically, okay? You just want to make sure you're not standing in front for too long. So what you do is you just step around your guy. But as you're establishing good punches, it's a very good way to keep a guy turning, keep him off balance, and it really frustrates an aggressive fighter. Okay, so now we're going to basically go into the next tip, which is going to be use the footwork when needed. It's really bouncing off the last tip, but I just want to talk a little deeper into the situation, right? So Eddie is simply, he's keeping me turning now. Bang, bang, right? Good. Triple that thing. Go ahead. Bang, bang, bang. There you go. Jab. Bang, jab, right? Bang. But let's just say I'm starting to catch his rhythm, his timing, and I cut him off, and I aggressively try to cut him off. Eddie's going to use the footwork when needed. Okay, now look, he stopped. He was ready to shoot again. So Basically, what I'm saying is there's going to be times that you're going to have to get the hell up out of there when you're boxing an aggressive guy. I mean, a perfect person to see who did this fantastically was Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather would, fight in the pocket at times, use upper body movement at times, but then there was times where you would literally see him circle out and get out of there and do these things. And it's very important that you know when to use the footwork. The problem is guys who overuse the footwork and eventually tire themselves out and they're never set to punch. And that's what you don't want to do. So there's a fine balance of using footwork when needed and overusing your footwork. So you don't want to retreat. You don't want to run, because it's not that you're in fear. You're just being smart, okay? So that's the next tip. Use the footwork when needed. Okay, so now let's move into the next tip. So we've already been talking about turning our opponent, using the footwork when needed. Well, what happens when the guy finally gets right here, you know what I'm saying, on top of him, pause, right? We're going to sit there. Yeah, we're not going to react, all right? We're going to move on quick today on that, all right? But what do you do now? Well, there's something called catch and counter. And now this ties into the first tip where I said you need to have good defense. So when you're catching, the best thing to do against an aggressive guy is to counter in between his punches, right? So maybe I'm here, and now because of the hook, bang, okay? So now I'm being aggressive. I'm forgetting that he's punching back. See, the problem with aggressive fighters a lot of times is they forget that the guy that they're fighting is punching back. And if you've seen a lot of guys who are overly aggressive, that's typically how they get knocked out, trying to be way too aggressive. So this is going to tie into the next tip, which is going to be punch hard when you catch and counter, okay? Don't catch, counter, and slap your punches. So I'm here, and bang, all right? So put it together nice. Ha, ha, bang, okay? So now, or maybe I come here, uppercut, bang. I put some on it, bang. Damn, all right? But listen. The point is, make them respect your power. Because when they're in there and they're punching and they're forgetting that you punch back, when you hit them off them catches and them counters and you rip a hard shot, that could be the shot to knock them out. All right, so catch, counter, and make sure you're authoritative with it. Punch hard. Okay, so basically, another very important tip when fighting an aggressive guy is be willing to fight on the inside with him, okay? Because it's like anything in life. If I can use this as like if we were in school, the aggressive guy is like the bully in school. And if you don't stand up to the bully, they just keep bullying you, right? At some point, you have to say, yo, I don't care. I'm willing to fight. So once I get on the inside with Eddie and Eddie presses back and shows me now he's willing to work also, now we're going to find out a few things. And if you have those other skills that I've talked about earlier, like good defense, catching and countering, fighting on the inside, you're not going to panic, okay? And then to tie into another thing you can do when you're on the inside, which I'm not really going to sit here and explain how to fight on the inside. I have a whole course on it, is Eddie can simply step in and smother. So now Eddie's here. Now what am I going to do? Okay, there's a few places where you're safe in boxing, okay? The two places, in my opinion, that you're safe in boxing. All the way on the outside, okay? Or all the way on the inside. These are the two, get even closer than that, get even closer than that. These are the two safest places because Eddie can stop my offense on the inside by pressing his weight on me, and he can also prevent getting hit by being completely on the outside. Well, when you're fighting an aggressive guy, those are the two places you're going to try to be, right? You're going to either try to be completely out of range where they can't get those aggressive shots off, or you're going to be completely in range and just using your physicality to stop that. And while you're in there, you need to give them a reason to respect you. So you're going to have to catch and counter. You're going to have good defense in there where when he's punching, he's getting discouraged. You're going to have to smother a little bit. You're going to have to tie him up a little bit. You're going to have to let him know that you're willing to fight, okay? So be willing to go on the inside with the aggressive guy. Okay, so the next tip is going to be, now this is going to sound crazy, right? Because I just told you to go on the inside. I just told you to catch and counter. But see, what I'm trying to explain to you guys is different things that you can use. You're going to need several tools when you're fighting different styles of boxing. You're going to need all the tools. I've been saying this from the beginning. You need all the tools. You just need to know which tools to pull out in what situation. So I just said be willing to fight on the inside, right? That doesn't mean I'm telling you to fight on the inside with the aggressive guy, because maybe that's a poor choice. okay? So if he gets you to the ropes, the next tip is stay off the ropes. Okay, now we're not using a boxing ring right now. We're in a boxing gym, but we're set up here. But let's just say there's some ropes right here, right? And Eddie is on the ropes. Now he can use different techniques to get off the ropes. You know what I mean? As soon as his back foot touches the ropes, that could be his indication to just circle out. Okay, that's an old school traditional thing, right? You know what I mean? As soon as you feel that back foot on the ropes, you know to get your left or right. Another one could be, maybe he catches one and then he drops and he gets the hell out of there. Okay, we talk about that in Defensive Principles 101 and different stuff. We're not going to get into that right now. Or maybe the catch and counter that we talked about earlier. Crack, bang. Oh, there you go. That's one. Go ahead. Okay. Bang, bang. And then, of course, get the hell up out of there. Bang, bang. And then he's out of there. There's different things he could do to get off the ropes, right? Maybe I'm getting in close and he just steps in, smothers, and ties me up. Boom. And now he walks me to the center. He's off the ropes. Okay, there's different things he could do. We're not going to get into all the specifics, but these are the things that you can do. But the thing you don't want to do is lay on the ropes with an aggressive guy, somebody who's aggressive by nature, because that's when they're going to thrive. And now you're giving them what they want. You know what I'm saying? Imagine laying on the ropes of Mike Tyson. Just imagine that. Like, would you want to lay on the ropes of Mike Tyson? Not a place you want to be. Okay, and everybody who's ever beaten Mike Tyson, they knew not to go there. And what did they do? They established their jab. They kept them turning. They tied them up when needed. They did the things necessary to prevent the aggressive guy from being successful. So laying on the ropes, big no-no, don't do it. Okay, and since you guys stuck around to the end, we're going to give you the secret bonus tip, and that is, drum roll, let's go, and back your opponent up. You be the aggressor, okay? So if I'm trying to be the aggressor, now all of a sudden Eddie's coming at me and I'm the one having to back up, a lot of the times the aggressor doesn't know how to go backwards. They only know how to go forwards, okay? They want to go in a straight line. They want to go right to you. And now all of a sudden you're forcing them to fight in a manner that they're not used to. So you're testing them. You're testing their boxing IQ, so to speak, and usually is limited, and that's why they're usually so aggressive, because they don't have no other option, so they just decide to go. Now, that doesn't go for every aggressive fighter, but it's in a lot of cases. That's why they're so aggressive, and a lot of the times it's just personality traits. If you can go ahead and back them up, you can have some success with them as well. So again, this is just another tip, another strategy that you may have to implement if other strategies aren't working, okay? So that's the one thing you want to understand about the bonus tip that I'm giving you right now. I'm not saying be the aggressor. I'm just saying if you find a moment in the fight where you might want to test that, test it, because you never know. They might go backwards and you might find out something, say, oh, man, he can't fight going backwards. And now it's time to go get him, all right? So there you go. That's your bonus tip. And there you have it, guys. Those are tips on how to box an aggressive fighter. If you guys want more tips, make sure you go to the description links below. I got the ebook on there. I got the newsletter on there. I put out weekly tips in the newsletter. It's something you definitely want to be subscribed to. And if you want more in-depth help from me or from any of my courses, check out CoachAnthonyBoxing.com. You already know, boxing life. And if you want to learn how to box a fighter who moves a lot, hit that video right there. Hit that video right there. It's a really good video, and I'll see you in that video.